Created with free version for non-commercial use.
Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Mark Price here at devslopes.com, and we've been making great progress learning JavaScript. But today, we're going to learn how to work with conditionals. We're going to learn how to get our code to make decisions, and that is what coding is all about. You write a set of rules that can be applied over and over again to allow your program to function and allow users to get, feedback and things like that. Example, bank, okay, credit card. You go into the store, right? And you swipe your card. It's declined. Why? Because you don't have enough money for the purchase, okay? And what happened? Well, behind the scenes somewhere on your bank website, Chase or Wells Fargo, or whatever you bank with, okay? There was a piece of code written that said, if incoming transaction dot amount, okay, is less than or equal to current account balance, then process transaction. Otherwise,
Created
say
with
decline
free version for
and make you look
non-commercial
like an
use.
idiot in the store and you're embarrassed. So that has never happened to me before, ever. So let's do that. Let's learn about conditionals and getting our code to make smart decisions. So we've talked about the use case. How do we actually do it? Well, you use the if statement, okay? If 1 is equal to 1, console.log, we should see this. Okay, now of course that's silly. Of course 1 is equal to 1, and you probably would never write code like this. But let's see if it actually works. So let's go to our page here. We should see this. We definitely saw that. So what happened here? Let's talk about it. If. So this is a keyword. Don't use the word if. It's a reserved keyword. And these things that you're going to learning, the ifs and the elses here, they actually apply to all programming languages for the most part here. So that's pretty good. So we say if,
Created with
and
free
then
version for
we have the
non-commercial
conditional
use.
statement here. Okay, you surround it in parentheses. So basically, we're saying if this turns out to be true, then let's go into these curly braces here and execute whatever's inside of it. Okay, so if 1 equals 1, console.log, we should see this. Well, what if we said 1 equals 2? Let's refresh our page, and it's gone. It turned out to be false, okay? True or false. And so that is how you start working with Booleans. If 1 equals 2, 1 equals 1, you can make decisions based on that. But that's kind of silly, right? Okay, let's do a more realistic example. So var my account balance is equal to, let's say, $300, okay? And let's say var, let's say Nikes. Nikes are cool. The new skateboarding Nikes, the SB. I got a whole bunch of them. They're just amazing. So Nike SB shoes.
Created with free version for non-commercial use.
Them. They're really good-looking shoes. Okay, Nike SB shoes. They're probably $79.23. Okay. So, all right. If Nike SB shoes, all right, is less than or equal to, okay, we're doing a less than or equal to sign, not the double equals this time. Okay, the double equals mean it's the same. Is it equal to? So if Nike SB shoes is less than or equal to my account balance, okay, then we just bought some dope shoes. Okay, and we should probably change the account balance as well too. We'd be good programmers and do some arithmetic here. So we're going to say my account balance minus equals Nike SB shoes. Okay, that's the first time we've talked about that as well too, the minus equals operator here. And what's happening
Created
is
with free version
we're saying,
for non-commercial
okay,
use.
take these Nike shoes, which are $79.23. So my account balance is equal to my account balance minus Nike SB shoes. So it's saying take 300, subtract 79.23, and then put it back into my account balance. This could also have been written as, we could have said my account balance equals my account balance minus Nike SB shoes. That's more readable, right? That makes more sense. But this is shorter, see how there's the minus here and the equals here? We just put the minus in the front and the equals there, and it's shorter. Okay? Cool. And then we can actually print up the new account balance. Console.log account balance. plus my account balance. Okay. You know, we're writing real code here. We don't have to do anything crazy to write realistic code. And there's code just like this in many professional applications. So it's really easy to get discouraged and to think, oh, I'm a new person. This is probably all dumb stuff you're teaching me. But no, I'm teaching you real stuff that I use all the time, and many other programmers in their professional industry. So it's really good stuff. So let's go ahead and refresh the page. We just bought some dope shoes. Yay. Account balance is now $220.76. That sounds about right. So what happened here? We used an if statement. So if the Nike shoes, all right, are less than or equal to my account balance, we subtract the shoes from the balance and put it back in the balance, and then we print up the log with the new account balance. Now, what if these were like exclusive like shoes? There's only like 3 pairs made, and so they're charging $799, or even worse, a new shoe came out and all those loser people, you know who you are, set up your little bots so you can buy out all the shoes, and then you go and sell them on eBay for like twice the price, like Nintendo Switch. So I'm happy about that. Anyway, let's see what happens now when the price is higher. We'll say else.
Created with free version for non-commercial use.
Else. Log. YouTube broke faux shoes, brah. Okay. Hey, they said I had to teach you proper programming principles. They didn't say I had to teach you proper English. All right. Refresh the page. YouTube broke for shoes, brah. Okay. Right? Is our code working? Sure. The shoes are $799. So if $799 is less than or equal to $300, that's false. It's not. So it skips everything that's in here. All right. And then it goes into the else statement here. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like it. Now, we're not quite done yet, though. I just happened to get a cool coupon in the mail from Nike. So var, let's say coupon. And we're going to say the coupon is
created with free version for non-commercial use.
So $400 off, okay? So what we're going to do is, let's say that it runs this first. We're in a weird store. We run the transaction first. And if it can't run through and the person's about to look like an idiot, then they're like, well, let me see if there's any active promotions, any coupons. Okay, that's more realistic here. So we're going to say else if. So this is different. This is an else plus an if. So else if, and then what we can do is we can say if Nike SB shoes minus coupon, okay, is less than or equal to my account balance, then we'll go into here and we'll say, we'll copy this, we'll say we just bought some dope shoes with a coupon, and then we can adjust the price accordingly. So my account balance minus equals Nike SB shoes minus coupon. Okay.
Created with free version for non-commercial use.
We'll just copy this here actually. Console.log my account balance. Okay. So we have a coupon this time. All right. So we know that this is going to fail because we don't have enough money. So let's see if it actually goes into the second condition, else if. All right. I've saved it. Let's run it. Maybe I didn't save it. Let's try that. My logic is flawed. Else if Nike SB shoes minus coupon. So $799 minus $400. Hold on. That probably is still too high, huh? $799.23 minus $400. You guys were like, it's still not enough. The coupon was for $500. There we go. Let's try that again. Okay, we just bought some dope shoes with a coupon, account balance. Okay, so we still drained our account, but we got a little bit of money left, like 76 cents. Not too bad. We still got our dope shoes. So what happened here? We did not have enough money here. So it goes to the next else if. So if, else if.
Created with free version for non-commercial use.
Then do this. Else. Okay, else is the failsafe. This is what's going to go into when everything else fails. And you can have as many else if statements as you want. We could have said else if, and done it again, else if. Okay, but we don't need that many. I'm just letting you know you can do as many as you want. So again, if this is true, do this. Else, if this is true, do this. Else, as a last resort, go into here. Okay? And that's it, really. I mean, you can really start working with with account balances, anything you could think of with operations. And so we've talked about the double equal sign, right? So we talked about the double equal sign. Okay, that's equal to. Okay, we've done the less than or equal to. All right, you know, so less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. So greater than or equal to. That's pretty cool, huh? Equal to, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to.
Created
now,
with free version for non-commercial
use. See
use.
something else. Okay. You see a triple equals. Say what? What's a triple equals? Well, that's a really good question. Okay, so let's comment out this code here for right now. And you're going to see it a lot because that's the preferred way of working with comparison operators. So these are comparison operators, and this is checking. This is checking to see if the value is the same, and this is checking to see if the value and the type is the same. And that may not make sense right now, but I will show you why it does make sense. So if I was to say, let's say var age equals 23 and var Joe's age equals 23. So let's say this number was in our program already, but this number came from a user and it's a string. So we got a number and a string, okay? So this is really interesting. So if age, the double equal sign, is equal to Joe's age.
Created with free version for non-commercial use.
Log, I'm the same age as Joe. Okay? Let's give it a shot. See what happens. I'm the same age as Joe. What just happened here? What? So what it did was it actually took the value of this Joe's age here and kind of converted it to a number, and then it compared it. And this is actually really bad. The reason why it's bad is because we have inconsistent data here, and this can cause problems later on, figuring out what's of what data type. Do I need to convert it? You can run into a lot of problems here. So you never, ever, 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 ever want to use the double equal sign because it's not safe enough. We want to know if it's the, I mean, and in this case, maybe you could get away with it, you know, because it's an age and Joe's age, and you can look at it and be like, well, it's okay. But in reality, you always want to check to make sure that the values really are the same. And so in this case, you know, maybe like number 1, right?
Created with free version for non-commercial use.
Number 2, okay. Or even, you know, let's make it even more generic. Val 1. We don't even know what it is really completely. Okay, val 2. And this will happen where you're not sure what's coming in and you need to check it. So we say val 1 is equal to, triple equals to, val 2. All right. So these are the same. Else, console.log, one of these is not like the other. Okay, let's see what happens. One of these is not like the other. Okay, so this is interesting. Even though they have the same value, the triple equals is also checking for type, whereas this is a number, okay, a floating point number. This is a string, and they're not the same. And this is what you want to use all the time, okay? And if you're not convinced or you want more information, just go into Google and type in JavaScript, when to use double equals, type in the 2 equals, and when to use the triple equals, and you'll find some great write-ups on it. But what I'm telling you is always use this all the time. There's hardly any use cases when you should use the double equals, okay? Why did I show you that first? Because this is a progression, so now you know, all right? These are not the same, and they are not. So what have we talked about so far? We've talked about ifs. We've talked about else's. We've talked about else ifs, okay? I think one more thing that I want to show you here is that when you have one line of code in an else or an if and else statement, you actually don't need the curly braces, okay? So if you have one line of code, you don't need the curly braces. Okay, it still works, right? If you have 2 lines of code, then it's going to break. You have to put the curly braces in. But this is very common. I recommend that you do use the curly braces because many other programming languages require it. You don't have to, but I highly recommend it so your code is consistent. And you don't have to keep thinking, oh, in JavaScript, I got to do this, and in Swift, I got to do that. You're always going to be much safer, and your code's going to be much cleaner, in my opinion, if you just use the curly braces, okay? And so I'm going to just put these back in here the way they were. So again, rule of thumb, if it's one line of code, you don't need them. After an else or if. If it's 2 lines of code or more, 2 or more, you got to have them. Okay. So comparisons. This is really cool. I like it. I think we'll split this up. In the next video, we'll talk about logical operators. So these are comparison operators, but we also need to talk about the logical operators that'll help us make even more decisions. So this is kind of like a 2-part series, and you just finished the first one, and you're going to be watching the sequel. Woo! Sequels are always better. It'll be better. All right, that's it. Mark Price at devslopes.com. See you soon.
Created with free version for non-commercial use.